Hi guys, so you might have noticed that in calculus you spend a lot of time finding the minima and the maxima of curves. Well, the calculator can do this too. So let's enter in an example. Let's say I don't want it to be at the origin. So x minus 3 squared, right? You can probably graph in your head, right? Shift to 3 to the right. You can tell that the minimum is going to be 0, right? But let's do minimum. And it actually starts, there's two ways. It asks for left bound, right? You can either navigate a little bit closer to, oops, way too far. A little bit closer to where you know the minimum is going to be about left bound. So navigate to there, right bound. And then ask you for a guess. You can either just press straight enter, right? Gives you a minimum x equals 3, y equals this. Obviously this is 0. You should just recognize that this is not actually, since the calculator tries to approximate the answer, this is actually 0, right? So that's pretty good. But a quicker way to do it would be second calc 3. As for left bound, you just say, let's say, because you can tell it's going to be 3, right? So let's just say left bound 2, right bound 4, and let's guess 3, and it comes out perfectly, right? Okay, so there is a limitation. I'll get to talk about that in a second. And that limitation is that the calculator can only find one minimum. So let's say, sorry guys, I keep having to pause the video recording because I'm in a dorm. It's really loud. So let's say sine of x graph. Obviously there's more than one minimum here. So you have to do it one by one. But obviously, luckily, since you have a graphing calculator, you can see, for example, if you want to do left bound there, let's say right bound here, it also works, right? But it doesn't find all the other ones, like let's say here, here, and here, right? It just finds the one in between your left and right bounds. So what happens if you go from, let's say, -3, which is there, and you could pass, hold on, and you pass this minimum as well as that minimum. What happens when you put the right bound there? Guess. So this is where guess comes into play. Let's say 3. So it's closer to 3, right? So it goes to that one. Basically, just be aware that don't just blindly enter this into your calculator. Do this on your calculator and be like, oh, there's only one minimum point. Just because it finds one minimum point doesn't mean there isn't more, So always look at the graph. Calculus does require some kind of understanding, basic understanding. So anyway, I hope this helped. Finding the maximum is the same thing basically. These two things come up very often in calculus, so it's very worth it to learn this skill.